Okay, guys, this is Mr. Hayden. I'm just going to go ahead and do a recording since no one had showed up to the session in person. I figure I'll go ahead and just go ahead and just record this and post it to my YouTube channel, and I'll send you guys a key and I'll let you know it's there. So this is physics. This is going to be week 2. We're just going to go over a few things, and what we're going to do is when I show you some stuff, I used Earth Science as an example, but it doesn't matter. It's all the same stuff or the same location, so just want to make sure I point that out. Okay, so a few things that we're going to go over that's different than what we have been going over, or what's different than last week or last semester, is the fact that we're basically, I was going to ask everyone how their winter break was, but obviously you guys aren't here, so I'll skip that. But we're going to go over, what we're doing this week. But honestly, you just look at your calendar. It's towards the end of the week. You should know what we're doing there. We'll go over what has changed for this semester. I actually will just talk about some color coordinations and what those mean. But then I'll go over how to set up your science notebook. And also, a big part is how to take notes effectively, and we'll go through that. All right, so obviously, I hope you had a good break. I had an okay break. I was building an entertainment center, watching my kid. My kid had a birthday. I have another kid on the way. We found out it's a boy. So that's kind of what happened for me over break. So this right here is obviously Earth Science. Okay, so we don't really need to worry about the actual content it says in here, but let's look at the colors. The colors here are on yours, same as yours, and basically it is a blue. It is basically a blue, and that means you have to just take notes on that subject. The red area right here is where you're going to be taking quizzes, and then wherever you see yellow, which your date is, your time is the exact same day but a different time, is when you show up in person. Now, if there's a green box anywhere in here, that means we have a lab. We're all going to be doing it on that yellow day, so that's kind of a day off for you to catch up. So. All right, so what's changed this semester? We're going to have weekly in-persons. If you have a D and or an F in the class, you will be required to come to that. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You will come to that. If you don't, then you're going to have to, unfortunately, probably have to find another school to go to. So we want to make sure that you show up to those if you have a D or an F. I do recommend doing it, even if even if you have an A through C. I do recommend coming. It's definitely more beneficial. All right, so we already talked about this, D's and F's are mandatory. I will be taking roll and taking attendance. You miss them, unfortunately, you won't be here. So you want to make sure you don't do that and make sure you show up when you're supposed to. So let's look over some of the aspects of the science notebook. Again, this is Earth Science, so we can just cross that out. But it's down in the bottom left-hand corner is where you're going to be finding this information. The cover page needs to have, obviously, physics name on there. It needs to have your name, my name. It needs to have the phone number. Also needs to have a cover page. I'm sorry, on the cover page, it has to have my phone number. It needs to have the dates and the times of the live sessions. So it'd be, obviously, for you guys, Thursdays at 11 a.m. And any pictures or anything like that would give you optional. Optional, but it gives you more credit. The table of contents I do want to have broken down by lessons. So not by units, I want it done by lessons, and so you should have a good amount of page numbers listed in your table of contents, but it's for organizational purposes, okay? So important for there. Your score graph, I only need to bring this up because some people didn't do it. Here's a graph basically set up. You put your percentages here, you put your lessons here. Yep. Lessons numbers here. So if this is 1-3 and you got, say, a 100%, you would put a little dot right there, and then the next one, the next, and you have all your dots wherever they are, and then you just go like this and connect the dots, and there's your line. You want to do your quizzes on one line and then do your tests on a different line, and you will see 2 lines on the graph paper. That's required, and I want it done. Okay, your lesson notes. I recommend if you have a style of note taking and you're successful doing that, I just highly recommend you stick with that. Now, if you do not have a way of taking notes and you're not being super successful in your academics, I recommend using the Cornell style. So if you need to learn to use that, I will show you how to use that. Some of the aspects we'll go through today, we'll actually go over a little bit of that. So there'll be a minimum of at least 5 different things on your page. Every single page should have your name, lesson name, and the essential or the goal concepts for the lesson. I'll go over that next. And I recommend graphs, charts, and things like that to help bring more visual aids to your learning. Lab assignments, you'll be doing it either at home or in person. If you plan on going to a Cal State or UC, I will see you here. They will be on Thursdays at 11 a.m. during, or I'm sorry, did I say 11? I'm sorry, I mean 10 a.m. I apologize. I said earlier I said 11 on accident. You'll be showing up to those, and you'll be keeping those labs with you and posting those inside of your science notebook. All right, vocab list. Now you can have a vocab list, and I want this written by yourself. I do not want it written. I don't want it written copied and pasted from the internet. I want you to actually write these. Now, if for whatever reason you don't want to have your own section in the back, it is okay if you write the definitions inside your notes and have them inside each one of your lesson notes. And so there's all of them are there, but they're just more spread out. I'm okay with that. Okay, so how do we take effective notes? And again, this is for people that need to work on their note-taking capabilities or organization. So example, here is the notes that I sent out at the top of the page. I recommend every single note having your name. Again, this is our science, obviously, or physics. Every single one needs to have physics as your class, and then the date written down. Now I'll show you where to get the lesson topic and the essential goal concepts, and then this area right here is obviously what you fill out yourself, okay? So let's go. So here's obviously earth science, but it looks the same for everyone. The lesson name is right up here, and you would actually write lesson, or in this case, weather versus climate would be written into this top box for the topic. And that's also what you'd go write in your table of contents for that particular page of what you're referencing. Now, the goals for the lesson, so where's the essential concept and the goals? They're down here. Every single one, either slide 1 or slide 2, will have this. The goal is by the time you're done taking your notes, you will have this, you'll have these two things, in this case, answered. So you would just copy and paste those directly into the essential question, and then all of your notes will hopefully help be able to answer these essential questions at the top, and also your vocab being down there. So in this case, we can just say, this is notes, and we did in our sciences, we went through and actually looked at them and took notes, but we don't have to do that here. A couple of things also want to make sure I point out is, again, I'm going to start zeroing things out and everything, and if you have a D or an F, you're here. If you're not, unfortunately, we have to send you, I'll have to send your name to the office, and they'll start the non-compliance. I don't like that. I don't want to even say that, but it's part of the thing that you actually have to do. So, so if you have any questions, let me just click through these real quick. So if you have any questions, make sure you contact me. Again, actually, I'm not going to put my number on here and I think about it because it'll be posted to YouTube. But if you have any questions, make sure you email me or call me. Call me on the number that's located in the class, okay? Have a good rest of your day. And the essential question, I apologize. The essential question for this is, where can you put your vocab information? Again, where can you put your vocab? I told you you could have it in one of two places. Just tell me where those are at. And this essential question, or this question, is just to make sure that you've listened to it. I'm not writing it down. I want you to listen to it.